I don't know. Or we could go, half of this could be corn, the other half could be tomatoes and peppers. And then, hopefully by then, we'll have our chickens fenced in and an electric fence. We're gonna get more chickens. We're gonna get like, maybe the end of this month. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today is Tuesday. Today it's snowy outside. We actually have way more snow than this. We actually have about 2 inches. It's actually the most snow we got this year. Now, see, when I was a kid, it would snow up here like 2 feet, 3 feet. We have like 6 inches down where we used to live. Now we get like no snow up here at all. I don't understand. We moved to get more snow. Well, we don't need to get snow, but we moved where there was most wood. We want to get more snow. We got snow one time when we got snowed in. It was like 3 feet of snow one time. And that was one day, and it melted like 3 days later because it was like 80 degrees. Well, it was like 60 degrees in like the 3 days after we got that snow, and it melted in like 3 days. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, here's my tree. If anybody knows what eats an avocado tree, please let me know, because there's something eating my avocado tree. I think it's a stink bug. What? There's two bugs eating avocados trees. That's insane. And also something eating my fig tree too. But anyways, guys, let's get this started. We'll come back if you missed it. Alright, guys. Before we do this video, I'll tell you to remember to like, comment, subscribe, and click the bell. And try to talk to you guys in a few minutes. Hi, guys. I'm back. Also, you're wondering why I'm holding a cat litter box thing, because we have so many cats now that we go through these like crazy. I've been using these as buckets of water holder, because there's not, once you wash them out, I don't think there's any, cat litter is mostly clay, but this might have some chemicals in it, but we wash it out, so it should be fine. We'll see how actually water didn't freeze. Nice, we can actually get water out of here, so that'll be fun. I'll get that off camera because I don't really need it, you guys to see that on camera. I'll just show you guys the snow. Look at the snow we got. Woo! Snow! Kitty cat, snow! Just shut up. What? Want some snow? Snow? We got snow on the farm. We're going to be starting tomatoes soon, and peppers, maybe by the end of February-ish. Probably by the end of February. So that way they get nice and big. That will be the ideal. Maybe end of February, beginning March-ish. Because we usually plant them like April, May, end of April, beginning of May. We might be able to get away with planting cold weather stuff and onions and potatoes around. I'm not quite sure when. We have a weird growing season. It's kind of long, but it's also, it could be a lot longer if you plant, like, I'm watching the cats while everyone looking at the cats are over here climbing trees and stuff. But yeah. Anyways, our growing season can be long if you grow like cold weather stuff first, and then you have like 3 months of like growing warm weather stuff like corn, stuff like that. Tomatoes, peppers, that stuff. And then you pull all that out, and then you can plant another garden of cold weather stuff for like a month or two. Like fast growing stuff like lettuce. You might be able to get away with cabbages right at the end of summer. And you might be able to grow up till November if you're lucky. So it's usually around April-ish, beginning of April, end of March-ish for like cold weather stuff, and then beginning of May, April, May, and then yeah, April-ish, and when you can, yeah, somewhere around there you can plant like warm weather stuff, and then you have to wait like a couple weeks, like 2 months, like a month or like 3 weeks after you plant the cold weather stuff, and you can plant the warm weather stuff, and then when you have to pull them out early if you want to get maximum profit, and then you have to pull them out early and then plant cold weather stuff behind it, or you can have multiple plots like we're going, and you can have like one plot for warm weather stuff, and then you wait and then plant the other plot. So this one, I'm like 9% sure this year I'm going to plant potatoes and corn. Like, has to be corn, has to be tomatoes. So, or corn and potatoes. There we go. I keep messing up words. Corn and potatoes. There we go. Has to be corn, has to be tomatoes. Or corn. Potatoes! I keep messing up words. They all sound the same. Tomatoes, corn, potatoes. They all sound the same. So, yeah. Half could be corn, half could be potatoes. There we go. Corn, potatoes. Which might be weird. But I don't know. Or we could go, half of this could be corn, the other half could be tomatoes and peppers. And then, hopefully by then, we'll have our chickens fenced in and an electric fence. We're going to get more chickens. We're going to get like, maybe the end of this month. Because you have to wait like 6 weeks to get take them anyway. So it has to be warm enough for them to go outside. So maybe the end of February, we might get about 20 more chickens. Maybe a rooster if we're lucky. We might get one more rooster, because I like having a rooster because it's fun having a crow on the farm, and it protects the chickens a little bit better than we do, and it tells the chickens they're predator around. And yeah, but no more like 10 roosters or like we'd had before. No, we're not going that crazy. I want like 1 or 2, and that's it. And we'll have like 25 chickens roughly. And then we're going to put an electric fence around up there to keep them fenced in. We're going to put one at the bottom, like 3 inches on the ground, one like in the middle, and one above the chicken house, so they'll stop flying out. And then hopefully it'll stop predators from getting in there too much. And it's going to be solar powered, by the way, so it's like 140 bucks for that, for the solar energizer. It's like 150 to like, you can get cheap one for like 150. I think we're going to like 180. It's like 180 now for like a good one. And then we're going to get that one. And then we're going to electrify it. 3 wires around the whole chicken fence up there, and it'll keep them in there. And yeah, anyways, yeah, look at this garden. I cannot wait to plant garden, guys. I'm just thinking about stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do half corn, half potatoes. That would be ideal. And then once the potatoes are done, we can come back through and we can plant, yeah, we'll do half corn, half potatoes, and when the potatoes are done, we can come back through and plant, like, cabbages and stuff. Also, I want to plant a bunch of cabbages this year and broccoli and stuff like that, because I got 2 fermenters coming, big fermentation tanks coming. Not big, they're like 2.5 liters, 2 of them. But I want to ferment a lot of cabbage. I want to ferment, like, broccoli, cabbages, carrots, peas, green beans, that sort of stuff. I want to grow green beans and peas again. Last year, I tried growing peas and green beans, but it didn't do much, and I ran out of room. Because corn takes up a lot of room in that garden, so that's what I'm going to put down here. I'm going to put, like, corn and potatoes down here, because they take up the most room in the garden. Like, we'll get, like, half of this, like, how far did this come down? I can't remember how far it came down. It came down to here, didn't it? So it came down to here, so right from here, all up to here, we'll have, like, one row here. We'll have 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 rows of potatoes, so, like, 4 rows, basically. It should be enough for us. Should be plenty of potatoes for us. And then that'll be about the same for corn. Well, maybe to give away more corn, because corn can be pretty, you have to plant corn pretty close together, and you want to plant in a block, so it's like 8 rows of corn, so 4 big rows. That might not be enough corn, because we go through corn pretty crazy. The only thing is, if we don't get the chickens fenced in, they'll eat my corn seed, because they're ravenous when it comes to corn like that, especially corn seeds. When they're gonna come here, crush them and eat all the corn seeds. And once it grows, they'll eat the corn too, because they love eating grown corn. They're ravenous little monsters. Yeah. We're talking about getting maybe more farm animals, because we have chickens, which are super easy to take care of. But we would like to get 2 pigs, maybe. My dad wanted to get a beef cow, put it out on, like, the field down here, and just let it be in the field, like, for grass. But then we don't really have enough grass. They have kind of for hay now, so that wouldn't really work out. We might get, I told my dad we should get, this is a joke, guys, but I told my dad we should get a llama or an alpaca and a, what do you call it, a emu or ostrich, because there's, actually, this is a joke, this is a true story. A couple years back, well, it's been like 30, maybe 25, 30 years by now. I think it was before I was born, it's probably like 30 years. Someone, a bunch of emus got loose out in the woods, and someone found them and shot them with a bow when he was deer hunting. No one ever claimed them, no one got mad about it, so I don't know what kind of farm it came from. I don't know where, no one knows where they came from either, no one knows. Actually, down the road here, that way, they actually have alpacas. So, yeah, they have like 4 or 5 alpacas. They also have horses too, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, we might get, we're debating we want to get pigs. Probably not, because we don't really have, we have to build like a pig pen, and pig pens are, my dad used to be a pig farmer back in the old days, when he was about my age, actually. I think they had, like, now, when I was a kid, they had, like, all this plot up in corn and food, and they ate off everything, and they was, like, farmers, and they grew all their food on it. But seriously, like, all this was, back here was plot up in wheat. This was, down here, the whole field was corn, and they would, like, actually do the corn. They had, like, a tractor and everything, but I would actually cut this with our tractor for hay for his horse back in the day. I don't know if he actually cut it down for hay, because he didn't have a hay baler, but he did cut it down to keep it nice. But, yeah. My dad used to take care of pigs about my age. He would, there's a shop over here he worked at. His boss would buy, like, 4 or 5 pigs. I think he had 7 at one time was the most he had, maybe more. But he had them up there right where the chicken house is. Where chicken house is, there used to be an old fence there. It was like a big pig pen. They stuck them in there. He would buy them small. His boss would buy them small, give them to my dad, give them, like, my dad would take care of them. He'd bring them back. The guy would butcher them, and they would give my dad, like, so much money per pig, and it was actually pretty good money, supposedly. Yeah. And then, at my dad's work, it was like a produce place. It was like a small time produce place. This is before they had, like, they didn't have nothing up here. This is the only place you could buy food at. All they had was, like, a gas station and this place you could buy food at. There was no Walmart. There was no Food Line. There was no Shop and Save. There was no nothing. Just this place. It was a small convenience store, or a small shop. Anyways, they would bring in food from, like, all over the country, right? Like, they'd get watermelons from, like, Florida and stuff, and tomatoes and stuff. And my dad worked there. So whenever they got rotten produce, right, or whatever, they would, cause sometimes they get rotten produce or whatever, or would go back to the store they didn't sell. They'd give it to my dad. He would haul it back over here in his truck after work and feed it to the pigs. So he basically fed the pigs rotten produce, and that's how they made their money. So technically, that guy was actually a pretty good business guy. He gave my dad money to grow pigs for him. He probably made more money off the pigs than him, except for 1 year. 1 year he grew pigs, and it was a really bad drought. Farmed pigs, and it was a really bad drought that year, and no one was buying pig because it was so expensive to run water. But it was so bad that year, my dad even gave up gardening that year. It was so bad. So yeah, story time, guys. What are you doing, kitty cat? Meow. He doesn't even know. And my dad used to be, when he was a kid, my dad, all this was plotted up in farmland. Seriously, all of it was. They used to plant buckwheat somewhere. Now, people up the road, they had a really big farm. They had like a dairy farm, or I think it was up the road. I don't know. Someone around had a big dairy farm back in the day, but they went out of business, and they started growing other stuff that I can't mention on YouTube because I'll get in trouble. But yeah, let's just say they're growing other stuff up in the field back that way. That's not ours. Or yeah, so it was something. They used to have a big farm. There used to be a lot of farms around here. This is all farmland. Now it's getting more urbanized. Like whenever I was a kid, the only house that was here was this house, and I seriously remember being a kid. Well, I think my uncle's house is down there. There might have been a trailer because he used to live in a trailer down there, and then he replaced with an actual like house. But yeah, that was the only thing that was here. And then this house just popped up when I was like 10 years old. That house like 10, 12 years old. That used to be a field. Used to cut that down for hay. My family actually used to own that, and then he sold it off for a bunch of money. So hooray for that. Or well, not my family. Or yeah, it's something. Why are these cats going in the trees? Heck, whenever my dad was a kid, the land was so cheap around here. This whole field back here, there's actually a big field back here. It's probably, I don't know, 10 acres. Kitty cat, did you kill a rat? Kitty, don't eat the rat. You killed a rat, really? Well, good for you, cat. We need to get rid of these rats anyways. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. Stop it. Dummy cat. He's gonna eat it anyways. The field back here, which is actually pretty big, it's probably about 5-10 acres, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little less. I'm not really quite sure, but it was maybe even 20 acres. It's a pretty big field, depending on how much they actually go sell. But they had to go sell that whole field for 20 bucks to my grandpa. So, and my grandpa said no, he didn't have the money. 20 bucks, guys. 20 bucks. You know how much the field's worth now? Probably $80,000-$100,000. Seriously, land is quite expensive around here. The land goes for like $7,000 to like $10,000 per acre. So yeah, probably close to 80. It was like 8 acres, $80,000 to $100,000, maybe in 10,000. It's insane how much land is worth anymore. But anyways, guys, I'll talk to you guys a little bit. I gotta get water for my plants and end the vlog and actually put this vlog out today. So I'll talk to you guys in a few minutes. So, guys, I'm sorry for the noise. It's really loud back here, but I'm gonna end the vlog. Didn't really do a lot today. Just talked about old family farms and stuff. And my great grandmother, she lived in a farm over there, and I had all this plot up too. They had cows, I think. But they used to have a dairy cow, and they used to have one dairy cow, and like they'd grow a beef cow once a year, I think. And they'd have like 2-3 pigs when I was a kid. But then my dad would take care of pigs, like 4 or 5 pigs at a time, maybe even 7 at a time. And yeah, and that was what he did to make extra money on the side from his boss. Anyways, I guess I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. So whoop, roll the outro. Alright guys, you made this fun video. Let me watch me. If you want to watch more, you can click here, subscribe down below, do all 3, do what you want. And if you made this fun video, tell me your favorite video game down below. Okay? Talk to you guys a little bit. So